One time I had sex.
One time I saw people having sex.
One time.
Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, the time has come. For the next 30 minutes, two millennials will attempt to make you laugh with a steady blend of self-deprecating humor and petty arguments. In this corner, the babyface sports fan who took way too long to graduate college, Ben Anderson. And in the other corner, the man who disproves the theory that to love another, you have to love yourself, Gage Wren! Welcome to the Round 2 podcast.
And we are back.
We're back with a super serious, never laughing Round 2 podcast.
The Round 2 podcast, Season 1, Episode 9, the
Titled,
season finale.
Don't ever laugh, don't ever smile. Ben hates life and everything in it.
All right. Gage is a little butthurt today, so we're gonna start off the podcast.
I tried to laugh one time.
So the season finale is upon us. The end of Season 1. We don't really know how we decided on this whole season thing. I think it was mainly me trying to be funny, and it just kind of rolled with it. Gage
It's not really funny.
Gage and I messed up the
super
episode
serious
numbers last week. So we're going to bring in all three of our rotating taps from this season. First and foremost, Austin Hutchinson, coach.
Woo!
From Season 1, Episode 5. The Dude Has Arrived, I believe was the name of it. Something like that. The Dude Arrives, maybe? Okay. We're also going to bring in Sir John Jacob Stephen Michael Kreider.
Hoop-de-hoop.
He is here, and he was in a couple episodes. And, of course, ladies and gentlemen,
The moment you've been waiting for.
Mike the Cat Killer Hall has joined us.
I'm going to become an MMA fighter so I can stay.
The Cat Killer.
Yeah, the cat killer.
I like that. And, of course, I am Ben Anderson.
I'm Gage Wren.
And we are here bringing you this one more for the end of the season.
Titled The Open Bar.
Well, you already titled it.
I retitled it.
Okay, we're retitling it.
That's a good
I like The Open Bar because we got all
Yeah,
the
we
rotating
do.
taps in.
We do. I like that. That was high five on that. That was a good one.
That's the only high five I've ever earned in my life.
Yep. So
I don't drink, so.
that's not true.
I drink life.
Me and Kreider drink enough for you. No,
I get a nice little blunt of life rolled up every day and just smoke that sweet, sweet life.
He's
I
an
get
officer,
high
by
on
the
life,
way.
man.
This is what happens when
Why
we come
can't
back from
smoke
Austin.
weed?
That's what happens
So-
when you hang out with the cop.
I'm not a co-op.
So anyway, so we've got a lot of fun things happening today. Gage met a new buddy the other night at the bar, and so we're going to bring him in apparently later on. I don't know. He's supposed to show up. I don't know if he's actually going to show up. But
Well, I'm really excited about this. We'll talk about him more later on in the podcast,
Yes.
but I think it's going to be a good development as far as reaching out to different teams.
Absolutely.
He's definitely going to be our liaison,
Okay,
so
there
to
you go.
speak.
There you go.
There it is. Going to be our liaison into a little deeper into the sports world and
Okay.
kind of touch base on that. But
Awesome.
for right now, let's move on to the first topic, Ben.
And since we have our rotating taps, we're going to do some of our favorite segments from our rotating tap. And so we're going to open up with Coach. And Coach, what's going on in the world of Coach's mind?
Well, last time I came unprepared.
Yes.
Today we're prepared.
Oh, all right. Bring it on.
Cue notebook.
He's got it. Here it is.
Got some topics.
bring it
way.
bring it into the microphone.
Yeah,
Coach.
come on in. Come on
I
in.
want to hear that beautiful voice of yours. Yeah.
All right,
Come on
so
in.
we got a couple just thoughts that pop into my mind on the daily basis, and I wanted to get other opinions on it.
Okay.
All right, so the first one, has a country ever given up?
Can you delve a little deeper
So
into
I
that
was
before we
thinking,
start?
there's some countries that are just why even try? Have they ever just been like, you know what, we're done with this. Let's just somebody else take it
Like
over.
France, yeah.
Yeah.
But France,
Exactly like
France
France.
is still France, though.
We had to bail him out a couple times.
Like,
Fair.
isn't South Africa like running out of water?
They've been out of water for a little bit now.
I mean, South Africa.
Can they just be
But aren't they like right next to the ocean? Can't they just
yeah,
go
that
in
doesn't
and
make
like?
sense. Can they
snag
just be
that?
like,
Let's
we're
say they're in
done.
California. They have all these fires, and the ocean's right there.
I mean, I'm seeing a glaring obvious. We need to get some water from the ocean inland, get it purified.
It doesn't.
and
seem,
then-
isn't our planet like 3/4 water? How are we?
75%. Yeah.
It should be called water. I mean, not Earth.
Water.
It should be called water.
Okay. Thanks, Gage.
Thank you.
So,
So that's one topic we could go into.
So has a country ever given up before? Was the question?
That's,
Okay.
That's one of them.
So
you want me to do all? Let's do all three of them. Let's
Okay,
see
yeah.
what
Yeah, we'll come back.
Yeah, we'll bounce around a little
Has
bit.
the country ever given up? Has anyone, when the Olympics were on, did anyone watch curling like non-sarcastically?
I love curling. Curling's great, dude.
I really enjoyed it. And
'Cause
USA won. USA men's
think-
team came back
I
and
think
won it.
everyone starts off like these guys sliding shoes, rocks, and then like 10 minutes in, you're like, hey, if you could just bounce it off that yellow one, I mean, we'd be in great position to win the next round.
So
Everyone
I
becomes a curling expert once you start
Yeah.
watching curling.
Yeah, and that's the thing is that when people start learning the terminology of it from watching the TV broadcast of it, like, man, he's just got to hit the skivvy here and then just
Yeah.
dive into the hole, and
It's
then that's
not-
the thing.
See, it's not like hockey where it takes a while to like learn like icing and offsides and all that. It's just like I get what they're doing. I've only watched this for 10 minutes, but I think I could talk about it for a while on ESPN.
Yeah.
See, that's where you think, and then you watch an entire match, and it comes down to the last round, and the little stone thing rolls in there, and you're like, "Oh my God, we just won the gold!" And then you look at the U.S. team, and they're all frowning, and you realize the entire time you had no idea
You
what
have
the rules
absolutely
were.
no idea what's going on.
You thought you just
So,
won.
I could say that I think there are times that I've watched it non-sarcastically just because I do love like the gold medal match for the USA. I watched it unsarcastically. I watched it as a fan of my country.
That's what I'm saying. Like the first
Is
one
a
you
big-
watch sarcastically.
Yeah.
After you get into it, you're just like, this is like the best, easily the best one.
and we do it every 4 years for. I mean, there's like if you go onto like ESPN 8 the Ocho, they have like the curling world championships.
What I
every
didn't
year,
like
but-
is at one point they took a timeout.
Oh.
They were like, can we get real quick timeout? The coach came down from out of the stands. He was sitting with the pedestrians, like he wasn't even in his
He had his
place.
feet up eating some popcorn. He's
Yeah.
like, oh, it's my turn.
Oh,
Here we go.
sorry. Bring the playbook. It's like a napkin he got.
Yeah.
And
I drew this up while
I
I
didn't
drank
know
my third beer.
I
Let's
didn't
see what
know-
happens.
I don't know what he would say, just like, hey guys, let's get more points this round. Like, I don't really know what coaching he's giving.
Let's make sure we slide this round.
Make sure we slide it nice and smooth.
What you got to start right. Your start is bad because you're pushing off with the wrong foot.
Let it go.
I do want to know what their
That's
shoes
why
are made of.
They did a whole ESPN special on it. Go find it on
A
YouTube.
sports science?
Yeah, it was a
Okay.
sports science deal.
Yeah, because one's grip and the other one's smooth.
Because it just
Yeah.
looks like they're just sliding along, and if you ever slid on ice, it's like you
Never
stop
slid on ice.
eventually.
Yeah.
Like they're just going like 90 yards, just not 90.
90 yards.
I don't
It's
know
90
how long a
yards.
curling.
I would
I would
love
even
to
call it.
watch
Could you imagine?
a curling match that goes for 90 yards. Can you imagine
Just,
how long it
what
would
is
take?
the facility? Is
Three
it a
different
pitch?
turns to relay, right? It's a relay making it down to the end.
They pass it along after 30 yards. All right, here we go. So no, I could
Just
definitely.
change the game.
Yeah, I think that would be a
You're
very
welcome.
entertaining.
What is the thing? Is it like a board? Is it like
It's
a rink?
well, it's just shuffleboard on
A
ice.
rectangle?
So it's like I don't know. It's a very long
I think
rectangle.
they just call it a tangle.
Shuffleboard on ice
Tangle.
sounds like a really terrible musical. I don't want to see.
You want to sing us a little ditty from it, there, Gage?
Okay, from the top. Well, I was going down to the rink, and I thought I would see a play. But then I realized I was just shuffleboarding on the way.
I was just really letting this.
Was that ad-libbed?
That what? Yeah,
That
it
was awesome.
That wasn't even. That was off the top of my head.
I mean,
but-
it was bad, but
It was terrible, but it was good, dude. You had a good
It was a
start
good
there.
creative
I-
moment.
At the end, I started going into the circus team for some
I know, I was very
I just watched the
Elephants come out.
Yeah,
I just watched the
start
Great Showman.
sliding on the ice, people die. It's a
It had
great
a really
thing.
good halftime show. It was
Dude, I was thinking about that when I was watching curling. I was like, what if just like Beyonce just came out?
It just came out in the middle of the ice and did some
got
like.
her- she's got her curling
It's,
shoes
it's
on.
got to be Adele. Like, there's no better
Oh,
music that goes
sure.
with curling, and how majestic that is. Just Adele.
just
Hello.
okay. So, Coach, that was.
Oh,
I enjoyed
That
that.
was
I
topic
enjoyed
number
that.
2.
Do we want the third one or
Yeah.
do we
but-
want?
yeah, of
that-
course we
Oh, this is a big one. We got to talk about this one. So
Yeah.
I was watching Planet Earth, as
Okay.
I do every Sunday, 3 a.m. Other things were involved, but we won't talk about that.
Reading.
And I was like, you know how, like, it just seems so easy for animals to murder other animals because, like, that's how they survive.
The murder?
And- yeah, no, like, they kill another animal. Do they call it murder?
I don't think it's murder. I don't think.
Hunting?
I think. Well,
They're ending another thing's life, so we're gonna call
Yeah.
it murder for this bit. But
For the sake of the
it
argument.
just seems like a natural part of like animals they murder, and so I think it should be legal to murder.
I'm gonna move the microphone a little closer to you on that one, just so we can.
I
Get
just think it's
we're getting on an
it's a
FBI list
natural.
currently,
It just seems
so
it seems like a natural part of the way that the animal kingdom
I
works.
mean, I've already killed a cat. Person's not
yeah,
that far.
there you go. We got the resident cat
But
killer
see,
on
the
staff
thing is,
here.
though, my issue with that is animals typically don't kill other animals of the same species.
Right.
Unless they're fighting.
Penguins do. They're angry. They're angry little birds.
Beta fish, dude.
Beta fish are
Beta fish are
I
metal.
saw
They're
stupid
metal.
as
Yeah, they are.
one time my hermit crab killed himself.
Mine did too.
I didn't.
Were there any warning
So
signs?
technically,
Were there
I
like,
just think
we
he
did
hated
like
his
a
life.
you
Any-
listen to a lot of
any
My
cries
Chemical
for help?
Romance.
Did he cut like his claw? Like
No, he just
vertical or
one
Was
day-
it? Did he grow his hair in a
Right.
sideways swoop? And
One day I just
It was
Listen to
dice fight
MCR.
at senior year of high school.
I picked the little shell up and carcass just fell, and I was holding him like at my eye level,
you
so
feed
he
him?
fell. I honestly think he just hated his
Steven,
life.
no!
He's like, I have all this potential. I'm in this like 3 foot by 2 foot box
You know, I've
with
heard-
another.
that's
With
pretty
I
big
got
box for a
like
hermit crab.
Sonic the Hedgehog on my fucking home here. Why?
Nailed it.
I've been living in the same.
Already, we are
Oh, sorry.
8 minutes into this podcast, and he
8
already
minutes?
dropped an F bomb.
My bad.
So okay, so seriously, are you talking like 365, like all year long?
No.
Bird-
No,
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 no.
no.
Bird
bird
system?
No,
situation?
only the people who don't need to be here. I think we can
I
all
agree.
But
agree.
who decides that?
I
I'd
think
like
no,
to be in
I think it
charge.
should be.
I think that's some sort of
I think I
moral
could
code that
commission
needs to
that.
be.
It's like honor
agreed on.
system, like just like
Hey,
No,
If
no,
you
see-
say the homeless, but the homeless would be like, don't kill me.
No. So it's
Like,
not the
kill the
homeless.
rich guys.
'Cause
Like-
some homeless people can bounce back.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
like
So what are you talking?
I
You're talking
can't
about
think of any
people-
examples, but
I think this is
So
how
maybe
Hitler
we should
started.
murder people that have murdered other people.
no, I think it should
I
be
think we
like
already do
I
Criminal
that.
think it should
justice
be-
system.
we already do that.
I think it should be like the drivers when you're getting your driver's license. It's the same thing with like the gun.
Like a
how
license
should
to
we?
kill?
What's the best way to do guns? I
Auschwitz?
think this is how we should
You have to
approach
take a
murder.
class.
You go to a place.
Did he
and
say
there's-
Auschwitz?
No.
No, there's a.
Oh Jesus Christ!
You go to a class and there's a definitely certified person who's going to check you on your just how you live. If
Killing
you walk,
abilities?
like if you
Oh.
walk in and you have like cargo pants on, you're already out.
Okay.
That-
You get killed there.
On your license,
They'll
it
shoot
says can be shot,
Okay.
and nothing will happen.
So basically, when people get to like 18, if
Yeah.
they're still wearing cargo pants,
If you wear like not just cargo pants, like the long cargo pants where there's like 4 pockets.
Okay, what if they're for work or for hiking? Because I do
that's
both
fine.
of
That's
those.
fine.
he does have cargo
I'm
pants he
saying
wears
if
for
you
hiking.
walk into the place where you get determined whether you're a murderable person, then that's where they decide.
I believe this is.
Tide shirt on. That's another.
Yeah.
Yeah, roll tide.
No, if you have a Roll Tide shirt on, they shoot you there.
Okay.
If you have a New England, if you have like a Tom Brady jersey on, off, done,
Okay.
bye.
If
If you're a fan of the Detroit Red Wings,
if you
bye.
ever like
you have a
made
chain connecting your wallet to your pants.
Also bye.
if you ever ate a Tide Pod for publicity, you're done.
Yep, you're gone.
Yep, I can see that.
If you ever pronounce Ton's Mongolian Grill as Ton's
Magnolia
Magnolia Grill.
All right, that's
You're in
no, the
charge.
real story. I for real thought that the bathroom on the plane. I thought it was the laboratory for like the longest time.
Did you find Dexter in there?
Was it in his laboratory?
Was he there?
I was like
when you
searching.
flushed it, did you start
I was
going
like
down to the
disappointed
bottom
in
part of the
itself.
plane?
No,
and
like
it was
if
a
you open
full-blown-
if you open under the sink, there's like
that-
beakers and test
Please
tubes.
don't.
Or-
Oh, that's
Stop.
making me uncomfortable.
Is that not
Sounds
Dexter?
a little bit like
Nope.
Mario. A
It's
little
a-
bit.
It's a me. No, it's a Mario. It's a me. DD. It's a
So
me.
going back to your first point.
Anyway,
So 1 of 3. Let's. Do we want to pick one?
no. So so
we got time.
Are we still on murder?
talking about like countries that like
Need to
Oh,
give
okay.
up.
Giving
whatever.
up countries. Yeah.
Can we just all give up on a state?
A
as
state?
country?
Oklahoma? Cool.
Arizona.
Florida.
Alabama.
Arizona.
That would
That's
be-
a desert.
Florida needs
I mean,
to go.
But the thing, so the second part
Florida
is
has a
what
purpose.
happens after that. Once everyone's like, we're done, do
Florida
they just
has a
keep
purpose.
doing this thing
STDs.
without government?
The spreading
or-
of STDs
Hang
is
on.
for.
We just let
Florida
at
has
that
a
point murder
purpose.
would be legal.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We just go there and kill all the Alabamians or whatever they're called.
Alabamites.
Alabamians.
Albanians.
Is it not?
Albanians.
I think Mike has somehow found some kind of justification for keeping Florida around, though.
One brings in imported stuff from Cuba, Dominican Republic,
Cuba's
Puerto
illegal
Rico.
now.
Textiles.
Yep. Also, send all
Jeans.
the people there. Hey,
Yes.
Grandma, you don't like the weather here?
That's literally what
There it
Florida
is.
is.
Nailed it.
There's 2, all
That's
right.
literally what it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Also,
That's why they took
But we can't
hockey
have
team
we
there.
can't have the old people mingling with the people that live in Florida just cause.
no,
That's just an
Why-
old people designated
Wait,
area.
for the safety of the people or the safety of the old people?
We need the old people to relax.
We have definitely made it
However,
onto like 3 FBI lists by now.
We would give them jobs.
Yes,
If they're going to be in
They're
Florida, they can
They
retire.
could be like
but
customer
they still
service
have a-
reps.
Are we
They
gonna
love to
drug
talk.
traffic.
Are we gonna have a
You know, it's
deportation?
great.
Are we gonna have a deportation like system for old people now? Like once you reach a certain age, you
We
get
might,
deported
we
to Florida. They give you a
Think about it.
job.
They're not bringing anything into taxes anymore.
They're taking.
from
Yeah, I
us.
was going to say they're taking money away.
Does she need the hip?
We should.
Does she really need the hip? Or do you just chalk it up?
Do you want the hip?
Go make a baby. Start over. Start the cycle over. As one goes, another appears.
Old people, baby? Like she.
No.
Oh,
Does it come out
it's
40
like-
years
you
old?
go
Like,
make a
if
child,
if an old
and
person
then go
has a baby-
execute grandma in the backyard when the child's
It-
born.
it's just, you have the baby do it. You like wrap her with the umbilical cord from the baby and just.
Well, it's like leave a
Another
penny,
murderable
take a
cause.
penny. You know, take a penny, leave a penny.
yeah,
That's what you gotta
it's
do.
one of those things.
We can put that in the loophole.
If you have
for
twins, you got to go
murders
find
and
another
stuff.
old
Yeah,
person
yeah.
to knock
Anything
out.
after 80.
The
like,
one
you
that had
gotta
8
go.
kids.
But
Could
You're not-
you
you're
imagine
not
be
helping.
able to
Could you imagine if you just
kill-
saw like an old, like
Yeah,
you're an old
gotta have
person
a baby.
walking throughout Florida, and then someone just snatches you like, "Hey, it's twins." And you're like, "Ah,
That's 3 in 12 minutes, guys.
I'm doing really good. I haven't yet.
I thought it was okay because it was the season finale.
well, yeah." Now that it's already happened, Ben, you might as
Can
well
we
say
just
it.
give the people what they want to hear?
Give the people what they want, Ben.
There it is.
4 in 12 minutes. That's one every 3 minutes now, guys.
I don't have anything to go after that.
Okay.
It's just
So,
gonna be
are we
like-
picking one of the 3 topics, or do we basically just cover them all?
I think we're going. What was the second topic? Because I don't know if we really talked
the
about that.
second one was
Curling. We already
sarcastic.
We
already
We
knocked
did,
that
we
one
did,
out.
we
talk
did,
about
we did talk
I
about
think
that.
we're
I
done
want
with
you to
curling.
talk about curling.
Yeah.
You have to experience curling.
Yeah, that's one of those uses.
Curling on ice.
Yeah.
Shuffleboard on ice.
It's one of those sports I wouldn't listen
It's
to.
another
on
3.5
ESPN
years
Yeah.
radio, I
before we
would
talk
watch it.
about it again.
One of the ones that you can actually watch at a bar without having any sound on and still
Do
be
you think
entertained.
that whenever they did the Olympics, the announcers were like actual curling announcers? They were like, "Hey, Bob Costas, just wanted to
Bob,
clarify.
the-
You're going to do curling for the 7 a.m. to 2 a.m. run. Is that cool with you?"
7. They played for a really long time. If they were
It's
going
multiple
from 7
matches.
to
Multiple matches.
I mean,
That's
it's
like-
a
I
day.
would have loved to hear
That's
John
like 19
Madden
hours.
do curling.
This guy just loves the throw.
I can't do John Madden. Hold on. Wait, give me a second.
Hold on. Let him
Give
fall
me
in
a
the
second.
character.
He's crawling across the middle.
He's coming across the middle, and John Madden's
No,
right here.
it's not
and-
Madden.
and-
It's not Madden at all.
It's just. I
I'm so
just
glad
imagine.
that-
All I imagine
Chris
when I think of,
Collinsworth. Now here's a guy.
Now here's a
hey,
guy.
here's a guy who likes to curl.
I hate Chris
I
Collinsworth.
literally the bane of my existence. It's,
We
as a
get
sports
Tony
fan,
Romo in there in curling. Well, if you see right now, I'm going to tell you right now that
He'd probably call
that
it.
stone is
He
gonna.
called the
Romo
entire
called
thing.
like a whole
I
Every
game.
play.
think Tony would be good. I appreciated it. I didn't like when he got it right because that was.
It's like
He's
every
like,
time-
they're definitely
90
running
right.
right.
This
He's
is
like,
good.
watch this, 99-yard kick return right here. How do you know that, Tony?
I don't know.
You just
I've
gotta
been playing
feel-
against these
More-
teams
more-
for years and losing to
More
them, so I know
reasons
how to
why
lose.
people think that the
Okay.
NFL is rigged.
Exactly. It's a good point.
Oh, we got our Tony Romo
That's
fanboy.
fine. Did he not lose games?
Well, yeah, every
Did he not
every
have
player
multiple seasons that he
8-8.
played?
8-8,
So he saw
baby.
a lot of losses
Oh,
against a lot of
okay.
teams.
Okay, so
All right, so we're gonna move into football now.
Resident-
Thank you,
resident-
coach, for your
resident-
time.
You're
Resident-
welcome. I'll see you
Resident
guys later.
Eagles fan over here
Uh-huh.
thinks because they have one ring, all of a sudden he can start talking.
I've been
So-
to 3 Super Bowls in 20 years. How many have you been
You
in?
haven't been to any of those.
Technically, neither of you have been. You're just fans, but that's okay.
That's fine. That's absolutely. Isn't that what Cowboys fans do?
I don't do
I
that.
give a shit about football.
Well, that's fine.
I don't do that. I'm just saying it's just funny
Then
that
why
you
do
have
you
one
bring up
ring.
the ring comment?
Because you wouldn't talk like this before you had
I would
that ring.
talk like it if we went 3-13.
Can I make one comment? I'm a Saints fan, so I have no input in this. But do you think that curling people get into it like this?
You hold your
John McIntosh is the best curler of all time.
You guys
Anyway,
haven't even been to the finals.
God,
get out of here, Sweden.
I
you
felt
choke in the
actually-
semis every year, Jordan. Every year.
Thank you.
I
Thank you
felt
for
it.
censoring
I felt
yourself.
it getting heated. I wanted to
Yeah.
bring it down.
Hey, hey,
I almost said something I didn't mean to.
There you go.
this time.
like the F word.
Gage is up to 2. We should have.
How many do I get?
we,
Hey,
we did vote him out.
When you said 50
Take a-
words, you meant 50 F-bombs, right?
No.
A shot every.
No.
At the end.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. Anyway, so we're gonna move into. You know what? Let's just open it up to Mike Hall here, the Cat Killer,
Mhm.
for some football commentary. Talk about this offseason. Talk about
This crazy
Life.
trade.
Well,
Shit's
I
going
mean, we got the draft coming up in
We
late
do.
April.
Where's it gonna be?
Jet. It's gonna be here.
Where's it gonna be? Hey, where's it gonna be?
It's gonna be here.
Yeah, because no one wants to die and go to Philadelphia. Go to Philadelphia and die. I got the order mixed up. Yeah.
You're just
It's always
big
funny
on
there,
death today, though. You want to talk about anything else that's died lately in your life, or that you know of? No? You want to save that one? We'll save that one for later.
Okay, Mike. Okay. Okay.
Dude, you sound pissed.
You're really
You
angry,
can really
bro.
tell that you're upset.
We're not gonna.
It's a touchy.
definitely not-
It's a touchy
We'll
subject.
just go. We'll
it's
just
a
go to
toughie.
football, Gage. Is that okay?
Yeah.
We'll
Thank
talk
you for
about
asking
that.
permission, though.
I'm not.
I know I
asking.
dominate the conversation a lot. So
At least he's learning.
Dominate wouldn't be the word I'm using.
Anyway, moving on.
So yeah, the off season's here.
Yes.
Jets moved up from the Colts from
Yep.
6-3. Gave up 3 second-round picks. Probably taking quarterback.
Definitely. They got to.
Now that might force San Francisco, I think, is that too, to trade down? Or who's that too? No, the Giants.
Giants are too.
Giants might want to look to trade down. Buffalo needs a quarterback. Cardinals. Even Denver, if they want to get their guy, move from 5
Didn't they
to 2.
get I thought Case Keenum went to Denver.
Yeah, but it's only a 3-year deal, so they might want to start looking towards the future. They're already that close to getting a top quarterback.
What else?
Cowboys released Andrew.
And they've done literally nothing else.
No, they've lost a lot of people.
Yeah, and have
Raiders
not
signed
signed
like
it.
3 Cowboy players.
this is what the Cowboys do every year. They don't go crazy during the free agent period. They let everyone else do what they're going to do, let the dust settle, and then they build from the draft. We already knew Skandrick was going to
When
get
does the
released.
success of the building kick in?
I don't know. That's a
The,
good
se-
question.
building for a while.
the second in the last season when the defense was performing a lot better than people expected the defense to perform for a lot of.
And
first
what
and
did we
second.
lose during this offseason?
Why reiterate?
Yeah, why would you? Okay,
I
anyway,
just want our viewers to know because
our viewers, because this is the 93rd time this season that you have said viewers instead of listeners.
I want our listeners to know that I am Latino.
I hate him.
Okay.
So next season, I'll be back by myself.
Porque es mi-
And,
It's silly.
So that's the end of that. Y'all can say bye to Gage because this will be his last episode.
Later, dude.
Adios.
He did get voted off beforehand, so
I voted myself off too.
he did. He
I
did
really
do that,
don't. No one hates me more than me.
and that's fair.
That is true.
That is
I think
you have
I
to
know
deal with
someone
yourself
that
every
might.
day.
That's life.
Could you imagine dealing with me every day? Like imagine being inside my body.
No,
I can't imagine.
I don't.
being
I
inside
don't.
of you.
I don't want to be inside of
Would
you
like
ever.
to learn about the inside of me?
I would, but I have.
Namely, in a biblical sense.
Inside of you. Anyway, that was beautiful.
That was beautiful.
So let's move to our favorite subject here at the Round 2 podcast, the Dallas Stars. We've got a gallery of Stars fans here that are knowledgeable, and then one that just kind of just says general sports terms.
I think the Stars need to start winning some games, man.
Literally last week,
But you know what? That is a very true statement, and I'm glad that you said that.
Thank you, Gage.
It had to be said.
Last
No
week
one's
he was
saying
like,
it.
It's a must
guys,
win.
I'm not going to make any general sports terms, and then he went on to make 3 minutes of general sports terms. He's
You
like,
know-
they're getting 2 points
Listen.
occasionally, but they need to get more 2 points.
I was really hoping you would catch the sarcasm and all that.
No,
Yeah, there was sarcasm, but it was
But
there's
it's
some
also,
people.
it's also all I know. So that's
There you go, and I was like,
But I'm aware. I'm aware, Ben. That's what matters.
wow.
We should start doing
Why?
this podcast standing up, guys.
It's
I'm telling you
conscious.
right now, it's changing my entire energy.
You should get out of the room.
We're trying to talk about hockey.
Listen, I'm doing my dance move right now.
Go to your
No.
corner. Go to your corner.
Go
Fetch.
laundry
Actually-
room now.
Hey, whenever we're done with the Stars, can I explain to everyone how to do the classic Gage
No.
dance move?
Yes, you
I'm
can.
gonna do
No.
it.
Let him do it.
Go call
I'm
what's his
letting you have
face.
your moment with the Stars. Okay?
Go call what's
But
his
yeah,
face
you're
and see
still
when he's
here.
going to be here.
I don't know. Oh, yes.
Yes, go call him. See when
That
he's going to be
guy.
here.
It's probably getting dicked right now.
I hate him so
Didn't you
much.
like fall in love with this guy? Is that the guy you were talking about the other night?
I thought you guys really hit it off at the bar, right?
Yeah,
Didn't you? The guy,
Yeah.
the guy you said that was cute?
Yeah.
he said
You
you were
go
cute.
home?
Well,
Hashtag he was a sheep.
call him. I want to see him. I want to meet this guy.
So anyway,
Can we
so
just
Dallas
go to-
start
Can we go to Canada and win a game?
like
Season
just
two?
one.
What are we? What's this road trip? Were we like 2 and 3
Not
or
good.
something?
Yeah.
Horrendous.
They said for the rest of the season. I saw something the other day that 96 points get you in, and to go. This was before last night's or 2 nights ago. We had to go 6-4-1 to be. So we basically now we have to go
Like
6-3-1. to win.
Dude, I was like that. The
get
schedule
into the
that we're on
playoffs,
is like it's like it seems unfair. Like we have like what is it, like 8 games or
Mhm.
6 games like in a row, and I think like 5 of the 8 teams were like
Yeah,
we
we've
had 5
teams.
games.
got to
4
play
games in 5
Winnipeg.
days or something
We've
like
got to
that.
play Winnipeg
On the
tonight.
road.
On the road
See,
in Winnipeg.
We did kind of mess up because
There you go, Langston for the day.
we
Gage, you're still distracted. You're still out of the room and not helping this podcast at all.
we should have gotten 2 points against Ottawa and Montreal, and we got 1 point against both those
Yes,
teams.
and it's absolute like, and it's honestly it's heartbreaking. It's really like, to me, it's getting to a point where it's just, it's opening the Frankenberries.
Frankenberries.
So we've got
Get the action sauce.
we've got a dip them in action sauce.
They
We talked about the
messing up
multiple
on the
losses.
road.
Yeah, they're messing up on the road.
Yeah.
So it's painful to watch. And we've got are you really going to dip them in action sauce?
Yeah, I'm not dipping action sauce.
Mike the Cat Killer Hall makes his own sauce. He calls it action sauce, and we're dipping Frankenberries into to Jackson sauce. Jackson's my roommate. Dipping them into action sauce.
I know a couple girls have dipped into Jackson sauce.
Gage,
Yeah, that's a good one.
get on the phone and away from the
I'll
podcast.
give Gage that one.
That was a good one.
All right, so what's the verdict on the action sauce?
Oh my god. It goes so good on
Let's
everything.
go. Let's
It's
go.
the right mix
Let's
of
go.
sweet, spicy, salty, briny. Like, this is a incredible sauce, and it goes so well with these sweet berries.
Cereal.
It's
These
odd, but
things
it
you're
really
supposed to
works.
put milk on.
But we're
Right.
dipping them into spicy sauces, and it's oddly working.
I
Here,
gotta try one if it's
go in there. Okay,
So,
this well renowned.
my
So-
thing is, what needs to change?
well, I think there's a couple things that need to change. I think we need to start putting the puck into the back of the net.
Well, yeah.
I think that's.
See, this is what
I think we have a very good defensive team, and we have a very good, we've got a good backstop with Ben Bishop and Kari. And Kari had a great stretch of games when
We
he
did.
But
Ben's back, right?
what?
Ben's back.
Yeah,
right?
Ben played the other night, and
Okay.
he's playing tonight too.
I missed that one. I was at work.
It's just
But
like, to me, it's like kind of annoying because like literally like the last like 3 or 4 seasons, the Stars have always been like one of the top scoring teams in
Yep.
the league, and
And
then
then-
we get Hitchcock, and we know we're going to go more defensive minded, but I didn't expect the goal scoring to drop off like completely.
Yeah. it's like, for me, and he brought in a good special teams unit, but we also he's instilled the special teams and being a good defensive team. And I listen to him when I'm coming home from work. He's on Sports Radio 1310, The Ticket, with the Musers at 5:55 on Wednesdays, I believe.
You're not an intern for him anymore, Ben.
I was, though. Were you? No. Get out of here.
You claim to be.
So I know that, and like he said that they have strategies that put into everything that they do, but every time he talks, it's only about defense. It's not.
Yeah.
He never talks about the offensive side, and it's like, yes, I appreciate what you're doing with the defense and the special teams, but we need to be able to put the puck into the net.
And like the offense hasn't even really like when you think about it, Sagan he just passed his career high in goals.
He did.
So he's
still
been
scoring.
hot.
Jamie kind of dropped off a little bit.
Yep.
this
Jamie didn't
year.
score in 10 games.
Yeah, I know.
That's, as the captain, you need to do.
And
he
then
didn't
he
get a
broke-
point. He didn't even get an assist.
Radulov was
Ratty Daddy.
he'd been killing it all season, but it seems lately he's been kind of like
He's kinda-
frustrated.
Yeah.
And then it's just like the back end players are not
Mhm.
scoring. And if I think that's what the difference was before. It was like, yeah, Sagan, Ben, and like Spezza are gonna do their thing, but then everyone else is gonna come score as well. And
Yeah,
right now
I
it's
agree.
just like Sagan's kind of got to put the team on his back.
Man,
And
honestly,
it's-
like, I love Spezza, but I
He
think
hasn't done anything this year.
I think he should be gone in the offseason. As much as I love him,
He's got to
he's
go.
too old for the style of play that this team is trying to do. And I hate to say that, but
it's hard because like 2 years ago he was like wasn't he a 30 goal scorer?
he was,
Or
yeah,
20
he was.
goal scorer?
Yeah, we had Jamie, Tyler, and him, all 3
Mhm.
scoring 130.
Well, now, and
What is he like?
Radulov is going to. I think honestly, we made the right move by getting Radulov
Yeah, we
in the
did.
offseason.
Definitely.
I've preached that since.
And
Game one.
it was funny because last week we were doing the podcast, and I started talking about Radulov,
He was
and I was like, he's had kind of a slow slump. He's kind of hit something where he's not scoring as much as he needs to. And I looked down at my phone while right after we're done recording, and he had scored a goal in that game that was going on that night.
Do.
Speaking of which, the Stars game starts in 45 minutes. Or no, sorry, it starts at 6:30. It starts in an hour and a half. So we've got a huge It was. We've got a huge stretch here at the end that and it's to a point now where it's make or break. You know,
This is a must-win game here, Ben.
they're all must-win games.
Like that term doesn't make sense. Why would you not? This game's like we don't need this one.
We don't. Well, and that's the thing is like
You don't need to.
middle of the
necessarily,
season
but
when you're playing Ottawa, it's kind of just like.
They don't really need to win.
Yeah.
Anymore. They're good.
I think they were the first one mathematically in, and then Vegas was shortly behind.
And you know
Na-
what?
no,
Florida's been
Nashville.
hot recently too.
Nashville.
Panthers. Oh, Nashville, right?
Nashville.
Nashville's.
Nashville's is like I think that last time I checked, they were like quite a ways ahead of
Mhm.
Vegas.
They are.
So I think honestly the best playoff positioning spot for the Stars would be I think they need to get the 7th seed. And they would play Vegas if Vegas is the number 2 seed. I think
I
that's
would
our
love that.
best one right now because I think Vegas is a team that we can beat.
Mhm.
I don't know why they're doing so good, and I think they would kind of choke first
Yeah.
round.
Well,
They're not playoff tested.
they're not ready.
Individually, they are,
Mhm.
but not as a team.
I think that's the best bet. If we
Well,
get
that's
eight-
what we faced when we played in 14. When we played the Ducks in 14, we
Yeah.
had pieces that had been in the playoffs before, but we had that team
Yeah.
hadn't come nowhere close to playoffs before that.
Yeah,
so it
and,
was a.
and so I think that would be the best bet because
I
like
agree.
if we get the 8 seed, I think it's Nashville first round. If we get the 3 seed, it's like Winnipeg
Yeah.
first round. So the best bet is the 7 seed.
And I hate to say that, but Winnipeg kind of has our number this year.
Dude,
Yeah,
they're-
they've had our
And I
number.
don't want to see them.
They're playing them tonight, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
we play them.
Oh.
At 6:30. So.
I know, I'm worried.
See, that's why you got to win games against Montreal and Ottawa
So,
because you got
these ones, it's like,
Winnipeg
okay,
and
You'll
Mhm.
take the 1 point.
yeah.
So I'm.
This is
I don't know. I'm optimistic for the end of the season. I'm optimistic. I'll stay optimistic. Do not drink out of my action sauce container. You terrible person.
It was a good idea.
It-
Just for the record, the action sauce is under development and being bottled and labeled and unsellable.
We'll do that at plugs at the end, Mike. Shameless plug time is what that's for.
Right now, it's shamed plug time. It's
You
shame
have
on
no
you.
room to talk.
I've got all the
You
room in the
talk
world.
about everything.
You're in
that
another
not
room.
pertain to you.
Stay there.
You have a really weird
Don't you have a
shameful.
phone call to make?
Huh?
Don't you have a phone call to
I already
make?
made it.
He has
Well,
big-
where
didn't
is
pick
he?
up.
I'm,
Is he coming here, or are we
he's
just
on hold
talking-
right now until you get done with the Stars?
So he's here?
He's here or is he on the phone?
He's on hold right now.
Okay, it does. But is he here? Because you need to go let him in if he is here.
No, he's on the phone.
Okay. So we're. I guess we'll transition. Gage, you can come back in. You're back in on the
Am I
island.
allowed
Yeah.
back into my own podcast?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
It's our podcast.
So
It's a communal podcast.
Gage, go ahead and throw in some general sports terms real quick of what the Stars need to do.
Averages.
Well, we talked a little bit.
Offline.
Coach talked a little bit about the lack of scoring that's gone on this year. And honestly, I mean, you can call this a generalized sports term or not. If they could at least start putting more shots on net in the first period, then that number will even out quickly.
That's actually a good point. Our second
Thank
period
you, Gage.
numbers
Yeah.
are really good. It's our first period.
Thank you
where we kind of
for coming in and giving us contributing a little bit.
Well,
So
and that's all
He was
I'm gonna
Googling
say.
on his phone the whole time. Right there.
so yeah, he was sitting over there calling
We are
people.
not scoring in the first period. Wow.
You know what no one's talking about? How many offsides we're taking.
Seriously though,
I don't know if that's. I just randomly threw it out there. Are we taking a lot of offsides?
yes.
yeah.
There's so many stoppages in the game.
So it's
You lose all momentum when that happens. Obviously.
I'm still pissed at the Tampa thing. When we played Tampa here and their goalie went down for 5 minutes while we
Yeah.
had the momentum in overtime, I was so
What a poon.
pissed.
All right, I lost connection, but
What?
my friend is
Work's calling me. Hold on. I'll be back.
We got it, Ben.
Yeah, y'all take care of it. We get Gage up. Work's calling me. I'll be back in a second.
Who do
So,
you work
Gage,
for?
continue with the Stars.
So that's what I know about what's happening.
No, you got it.
You think I got it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Ben's not here. We can
Let's
curse all we
curse.
want. Spiegel.
Butthead.
Is
that not-
Hurry up.
Oh,
He's back. Daddy's here. Daddy's home.
dude, there was a fly and it was just.
I forgot my phone's on, so if he's over the room. That did not work. Anyway, we're just to round out the sports talk. But what it comes down to, though, even if the Stars can weasel their way into the playoffs, how far do you expect to go with the team
the
that?
cup.
Championship.
Do you honestly expect the
Championship
Stars?
or
You just got to get in. That's my
Championship.
strategy
Yeah,
for
you're
life.
not wrong. You're
I've
not
already
wrong.
got one championship
Playoffs.
this year.
Playoffs is a
and
whole other season. You have
Dude,
this whole season.
Nashville was
Playoff
8th
starts.
seed last year, right?
Yep.
And they went to the cup finals. They did lose.
They were the last seed.
You're not wrong.
Chicago
Just
back in
like-
2015, they were the 8th seed and they won the cup that year.
You're not
In
wrong.
6 games against Tampa
Wasn't
Bay.
Chicago #1 seed last year?
I
Definitely
believe
not
they
this
were.
year.
They were, and National knocked them out. They were.
I think Blackhawks right now have sitting at a .16 chance of making the playoffs.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
What are the chances of a guy like you and a girl like me ending up together?
What, Ben?
We're gonna have to confirm this.
Sorry, I had to put my boss on hold because Chicago has .00006 chance of making the playoffs.
Oh, okay.
Going back to my call.
Yeah, they're not making it.
limited.
But okay, we're gonna switch over. I'm gonna bring on a good friend that I just met. His name is Carson. He's gonna be
Sounds
our
like
liaison deeper into the sports world.
Correspondent.
Thank you. He's gonna be a good correspondent for us.
I think we're gonna replace you next year with Coach.
I don't think you should.
I think it's.
I don't think you have a voice in this. It's not your
See,
podcast.
I definitely have the voice.
So you're gonna let everybody in, or?
Okay, guys. So little bit of a problem with communication. Carson is actually in studio with us. He's going to join us live right now.
Oh, sure.
Carson, go and come on in.
Hey
I
guys.
didn't realize he was here.
I did not realize either. I didn't know.
Oh my! Thanks for letting me in, asshat.
I
God.
should really take the location thing off of my Snapchat.
Yeah, you should, because I found you. I was supposed to do it live. We talked about doing it live last night. I don't know why you.
I will tell you, Carson.
Don't remember that.
Gage has not stopped talking about you since.
I'm glad. I'm
Oh,
glad. We had a great time last night. It was
You
really
He told
fun.
me you had the.
It's really
he
fun.
told me
You
you,
want to
had
try
the.
some action sauce?
I would love to try some action shots. Here, let me. It sounds like, so I'm definitely gonna try it.
But we can say that on the podcast. Apparently.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know yet.
What? Oh, this is a podcast?
It's a
Yeah,
Oh, this is what we're doing.
We're having you live on the podcast.
Oh, great. Okay,
You
no,
are being recorded right
I'm
now.
in. Oh, I'll put my Frankenberries down then. Okay, let's do this.
Okay, so let's go and
Yes,
tell us a
Daddy.
little bit. Okay.
By the way,
We already talked about
Yes,
that.
Daddy.
Not while we're here.
Oh, so later. Okay, I got you, baby.
So
it's fine.
tell
It's
us
great.
a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Carson. I am from Arlington. I was born and raised here. I came out of the closet when I was in 8th grade.
You sound a lot like my friend Ben.
You know, I've heard that he's a really great guy, and you should honestly ease up on him a little bit. I think that would be better for you.
Would it?
It would, I think.
Is Ben the
so,
one that's to be
so
Is this you guys' first fight?
it is.
This is cute. I'm glad to be
Yes.
here.
It's pretty rough. you
Anyway,
know?
so you came out in the 8th grade.
I came out in the 8th grade, and the way I came out was that I went into my school's office. I put "It's Raining Men" over the
Intercom.
speaker, the intercom, and I danced down the hallways. And I took my shirt off, and I danced "It's Raining Men."
Wait, that message was received.
I have met him. He's beautiful. He's a
that
beautiful
meant
man.
when you did that message.
Everybody knew I was gay at that
Oh,
point.
they knew.
I think they all knew beforehand. I think they knew before I knew. It's kind of like you, Gage. I think they knew before I knew.
You know, I don't think we need to bring the question of my sexuality or any of its ambiguity
Well, since we're going there,
into the podcast.
on your sandwiches, like burgers and stuff, you like it with pickles or you get it without pickles?
Always pickles.
The
Okay.
whole
Always
All right,
pickles. Definitely.
Like the whole pickle though, not
Well,
sliced
I
pickles.
get
Yeah,
spiced
just-
pickles and
you
I get
cut
a
it
whole
in
pickle on the side.
Okay, gotcha.
It's a great thing. It's a
You
great
can just
thing.
kind of stick it
Take-
anywhere at
take
that
one.
point.
Yeah, it's great.
Take
It's really
one to go.
wonderful.
Anyway,
Put it in my mouth.
By the
elsewhere.
way, Carson, Gage was telling me you had the most beautiful eyes.
Oh,
Like
I see it. They look, yeah.
Gage, why are you just talking me up to these guys?
anyway, so Carson, we were just talking about Jesus.
Oh, so anyway, I'm a sports fan. I was born and raised, as a sports fan, and as I came into my age, I started to realize some really good things about the sports games that go on. So
Okay.
that's what I'm here to talk about. Gage asked me to come on the podcast and
Well,
do some
I know you've
do
got some
some stuff.
personal relations with some of the players around DFW.
occasional. Yeah, it's more of a just I see them when I'm out in Dallas and and sometimes
Detail.
Fort Worth as
Oakland.
well. Oakland definitely.
Oakland.
Yeah, it's we have a lot of fun. They're just a great group of guys. They always pay for drinks. It's really awesome.
There
It's
seems
just
to
a
be
really
lot of
good
men in
time.
that area.
There's a
there
lot,
is.
yeah.
It's raining men out there.
Ah.
Is that why it's
See?
called that?
See?
So tell us a little bit. We're talking about the Stars. You got any inside scoops on what's going on with the Stars? Right
Oh
now?
well,
What
Tyler
do you-
Sagan is daddy, and that's the truth.
He's a fatherly figure.
No, like he's my daddy.
Oh.
Like he's like
Okay.
he takes daddy. The sexual term daddy. So yeah, Tyler's daddy. What else do y'all need to know? I got all kinds of
How do
opinions.
you feel about Jamie Benn, our boy Jamie?
Jamie also its daddy. All of them could. I mean,
How
Jamie.
many daddies do you have?
A lot.
Okay.
A lot. Daddy. I called him daddy. It's a Freudian slip. Jamie's goatee he knows what he's doing with that. That's a good look for him, and I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan.
You know, I recently tried to mimic my haircut after Jamie Benn.
I noticed.
How do you feel about it?
It could have been better.
Okay.
You want honest opinions. You want hot takes on this podcast.
I was hoping for the hot takes to be in the sports realm here, but okay.
Don't ask questions about yourself then. Don't make this podcast about you.
Fair enough.
Can
Fair
you
enough.
say that again?
Carson doesn't know yet, but apparently I like to talk a lot in this podcast.
That's what it's about.
It's about that's why the podcast is
It's giving Gage an outlet to
casting of pods, you know. So anyway,
Yes. Tell me more things. Ask me more things.
So what's going
I'm
on?
an open book.
What's going on in the rest of the world of sports?
Just
for
let me
you,
know.
Carson. Like what? I know you got some. I know you've got some inside takes on some athletes here in the DFW area.
I have lots of them.
And would you have anything we can bring on the show here, kind of like a first take and first look at something right now, or?
Well, the NBA's uniforms are really cute this year. I think they did a lot of good things with that. Dallas's could have been a little bit better, but I think the all black on a man looks just.
So like Kreider right now.
Yeah, I noticed that when I came in. Loud and proud, baby. Loud and proud. He thinks wearing all black makes him quiet, but it doesn't.
It does not.
It speaks volumes, so to speak.
So
It
loud.
does.
Speaks
So loud.
volumes.
So loud.
So loud.
So are there any players that you're really particularly close with in this area, or even
There's just some
nationally?
confidentiality contracts that I had to sign that keep me pretty quiet about that kind of stuff.
Okay. Do any of their names rhyme with Bond Fee? By
Bond fee?
Bond Fee? Any football players?
Well, I'm not. I mean, it's again. I'm at a very strong confidentiality case right now.
Sean Lee.
Yeah.
But-
what I was getting at.
I can say it.
But I mean, he can. Y'all can all say it. I can't agree or disagree
I mean,
to anything.
I've heard
I'm legally binded by a court.
What is that contract called?
It's called a shut the up.
It's a clause.
Is that like another version of Santa that's gay?
Yes.
Talk about deck the halls.
With Bound of Jolly.
Oh my good lord. Okay,
La,
So-
la, la, la,
we'll take
la.
that part.
La
out.
la la.
We will take that
Anyway,
That's
Anyway.
what it sounds like when things happen. If you know,
Carson, I guess
Yes.
I'm beside myself right now. with
I'm
you.
glad you are. It makes things more fun for you.
It doesn't?
It does. It does.
Anyway, Carson. So, the reason I asked is the other night when we were at
The reason you what?
the reason I asked was the other night you and I were at Milo's, and I saw a notification pop up, and
Yes.
it was just the name Sean, and then three.
I'm not legally allowed to speak on these
okay,
things.
I'm just saying it was the name Sean.
Why don't you listen?
3
Is that right?
eggplants and a football. So just stop me
There
when
is a Sean that I know that makes great eggplant parmesans, and he's a football fan.
You sure it's not Dick Plant Parmesan, Carson?
I'm not legally allowed to say one thing or another. If you're asking about the text on my phone from Sean with 3 eggplants, he does make a great eggplant parmesan, and that's the truth.
Fair enough.
He's a brilliant cook.
Fair enough. I did not know that about Sean Lee.
I didn't know he was gay.
I'm not legally allowed to say that was who it was. So can you listen, or can we move on to?
Okay, we'll move on.
I
So
really
it-
hope Sean Lee sues you somehow.
Right?
I really hope he finds
I'm
you.
a
probably
solid
will.
5 eggplants. All right, dude.
He
He's
probably
gonna
will.
start a whole controversy in the
I
NFL
told him I
right
was
now.
coming. I told him I was coming on this podcast
Seems
today,
like
so he might
controversy just
listen. You
follows
know,
the Cowboys.
That's
though.
true.
I hope he finds you.
So you are confirming right now that it is Sean Lee?
I'm not confirming anything.
That's what you just did. You just confirmed right now.
I'm not
that-
confirming a thing, Gage. Could you stop? Can we move on to other things, please?
Anyway, so is there anything you'd like to share with us about anything going on in your
Quit
life?
trying to suck
Carson?
Sean Lee's dick. Jeez.
Whoa. No, you.
So let's move on to other things, guys. You got me here.
Hosting now?
You got to ask me questions, guys.
Well, I feel like I've been kind of dominating the question part. So anybody else?
Shocker.
Anybody else got some questions they want to throw
I
into
think any
Carson?
question I could have had has already been answered.
I got a question.
Bring it up. Yeah.
Coach has
Yeah,
got,
right? Ben, are you doing all right?
I'll jump in there.
Coach has got.
You'll hop on in?
I'll hop in. So Carson, whenever what's your daily routine like? Like, what's the first thing you do when you?
I wake up and I play "It's Raining Men." It's a great song. It's a good way to wake up. Dance around a little bit
in the shower and stuff.
Yeah, it's on repeat for the first hour of my day, and then you think it gets annoying, but it doesn't. And then pretty much after that, it's just a lot of studying on who got a haircut and. In sports, I should say, and what new uniforms are coming out. Oklahoma with those gray uniforms looked real good, and there's obvious other answers for that, but mainly it's watching LeBron's hairline just fall further and further back, and it's getting to a point where either shave it all off or just get more hair plugs.
Is this like your job?
In a sense, yes.
Oh. What do you actually do for money?
I'm a
never mind. Don't answer.
I'm an account manager at an accounting firm downtown.
Thank you. Not
downtown
expected.
where?
Downtown Dallas.
Downtown Dallas.
Yeah.
Okay. So you hang around the Dallas scene a lot.
I do.
A lot of visits to like Oakland.
Yes, absolutely. I love Oakland. There's some great restaurants out there and great bars.
What kind of bars?
Bars, Gage.
Are there different types of bars?
Oh yeah.
Are you trying to get me to say gay bars?
No.
No, like live music or
all of the above. Yes.
Drink specials.
Guys, you got to give me better questions here. You've only got me for like 5 more minutes. I have to run.
I'm out.
Where are you going after this?
I've got things to do. Okay, Gage.
No, I'm just asking.
I've got contractual agreements that I have to make up on. Okay.
Okay, fair enough. So, what are your tips, Carson?
I have lots of tips.
What are your tips? The one that counts. What are your tips for the spring and how maybe just guys that are not in sports to dress?
Well, I think you should all go and buy hockey sweaters. To really, the victory green really brings out everybody's
For the
eyes.
Summer?
Yes,
Carson?
absolutely.
Spring? Okay.
And summer, it's going to be hot, but it's going to be worth it. Beauty is pain, Kreider.
That's okay.
And you wear all black, so you can't talk.
I am learning this.
You're wearing all black currently, sir.
It's very painful.
I believe it.
I feel it in my loins.
I think you would really like. I'm kind of upset that Ben's busy right now because I feel like you'd really like Ben. He wears a Hawaiian shirt every Friday. How do you feel about men?
Hawaiian shirts are absolute greatness.
Are Hawaiian shirts like a gay thing? Is that what you brought it up?
No. I'm just asking from a fashion standpoint.
I love
How do you
Hawaiian
feel about
shirts.
grown-ass men wearing Hawaiian shirts?
I love Hawaiian shirts.
Okay.
I feel like you should probably get some. You would look good in them. So
I have a Hawaiian shirt
well, why don't you wear it more often, especially when you're with me?
because it's in March.
And
It's not Hawaiian shirt time.
Hawaiian shirt time is all the time, Gage. You should really get to know fashion a little bit better.
You're right.
And stop wearing gray because seriously, it's getting old.
I'm not wearing one shade of gray right now. Black, blue, black.
I actually don't see.
Okay,
color.
but you're mixing blue and black, so that's a plan.
It's called a power.
You're wearing 2 different
Power
shades.
bottom? Is that where you're going?
I know. It's not where I was going with that.
Power top.
Nope.
Anyway,
he's wearing a V-neck.
Never mind. Jesus.
Gentlemen, this has been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed this, but I do have to go make up on some contracts.
You're just out.
I'm out. I'm out like I was in the 8th grade.
All right,
I'll
please,
see y'all.
please do not follow me around on Snapchat anymore.
I'm going to.
I don't.
Now that you've brought it into the world, I will continue to do that. So yeah, gentlemen, it's been fun. I will definitely be back at some point. Maybe hopefully y'all can ask some better questions because I felt like it was a lot about me being gay and not as much about my sports knowledge. So maybe we
I
should.
didn't even know
Just
you were
remember
gay.
who-
I think we asked a
Who's
fair
asking all
amount
those
of questions about sports.
I think there could have been more. I think there was a lot centered around me being gay and a lot about Ben. I don't understand what y'all's obsession is with him. It's getting a little out of control.
Ben's
we think he might.
Ben's like a brother to me, and he and I are very close, and I just I miss him.
You just want to talk about him?
He's gone.
You don't talk about me like this. What's the problem?
Well, we just met, Carson. We are not to that point yet.
I feel like we've shared more intimate experiences than you and Ben have.
Are you sure?
I'd like to think so.
I hope,
I'll go talk to Ben about it.
I hope so.
Gentlemen, I'll be back. Y'all have a great one. I'll see y'all around the block. Gage, I'll see you in Oakland.
Okay.
Bye.
Later,
Carson.
Carson.
Keep the gay.
Keep the men reigning and the good times rolling.
And
I liked him.
Yeah, you just know how to pick them.
I'm gonna have to get like 2 burner phones and leave the Snapchat notification or location on and put them in different parts of the world to keep him constantly moving and never able to
Seems
triangulate.
expensive.
You could just turn the one off.
No, I gotta let people know that I'm where I am.
Right.
You know, it's part of my aesthetic.
It's part of being a
Hey, there's Ben.
Oh,
I'll
and,
talk to you tomorrow. Okay.
and almost ironically enough,
And you missed all of Carson.
Ben
What?
just returned. Yeah, dude, Carson
had to
came.
bounce.
He had
Carson went.
some contractual
He came.
That's weird.
obligations. He had, yeah.
He
had to leave.
he left.
What contractual obligations?
I think nobody wants to speculate.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's fair.
It's
For
also
some legal
I've
purposes.
actually just received a cease and desist from the office of Sean Lee. And
He has his own office?
yeah, apparently.
Wild.
And
What
I
happens
thought his
when
office
you-
was the field.
That's what
You're
happens
right,
when you
it was-
overplay a linebacker.
it came straight from the Star in Frisco. Straight from the field. That was the return address. It said the field, Star, Frisco.
Gage.
Thank you.
Well, I'm sad that I missed that. Hopefully, I'll be around for the next one.
Maybe catch him next time.
So I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. All right. Well, everyone's sitting around in silence. It's kind of weird.
It was a whole thing, man. Carson was a whole thing.
Takes a
It's
minute.
gonna take me a second to kind of drink it all
Well,
in.
let's just end this podcast then, and then we can.
I gotta go shower.
I have already washed my hands, so I feel better.
If
But
someone could pour some of that action sauce into my eyes, that'd be great.
I'm not wasting my
Gotta forget
time
what you
talking
saw.
to you.
Huh?
you gotta forget what you saw.
I gotta. Can you pour it into my spine? Like, just, I don't even know. Wreck me. Like, just completely wreck my life. Like,
From what I heard, Carson would do that for you.
I heard he would.
I'm good.
I heard he did.
Not in that sense. Not in the biblical sense, like we spoke of.
The biblicals.
We actually
The biblicals.
did.
I don't know if that might have been a conversation that Carson and I had outside of the podcast.
Probably was. Yeah, it sounds like y'all have a lot of good conversations.
Yeah. He's good company, you know? He's good people.
I'll have you know, he was very much a fan of Hawaiian shirts.
Good.
Y'all had that in common.
Good. I'm
You
glad.
would have liked him.
Yep.
I'm glad. I'm
Very
sad.
similar-
I'm sad to miss him, but maybe I'll see him at Milo's tonight or
Similar
something.
demeanor to
Maybe.
you.
I think he said he was going to Oklahoma.
Are you going with him? He said something about that.
No.
He walked by me on the way out.
I
so.
don't go to Oakland.
That's not what Carson said. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
I heard contrary opinions, but yeah. All right, guys. Well, this is
Anyway.
really uncomfortable. So
Yes,
let's
it
go
is.
ahead and end this podcast. Shameless plug time. Coach, take it away.
You can just know me as a person.
Talk to them about your book.
It's not a book. It's an article I'm writing. I'm currently writing an article. It's a secret, but it is solely. It's about the top 10 places for a commuter student to drop a log at UTA. So we're in the works on that. We got like 9
It's
of them.
well put.
Are you
It's
serious?
well put.
That is awesome.
Have you been in the field a lot recently?
Yeah,
Like,
see,
scoping out?
this is how it happened because I always lived on campus, but this past year I've been at home, and so I've been commuting to campus every day, and it's like the same time every day. I'm like, well, I'm not going to wait till I get all the way home at like 6:30. I'm just going to go here. And then I was like, you know what? Some of these places need some work. Some of these places are exquisite. I feel like I was at Olive Garden at some of them. And so I was just
Ocean
like, I
Olive
need to
Garden,
write
yeah.
these down and share this with the public. So that's what I'm working on. Should be out in the next 2 months or 6 years.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Well,
It takes a lot
I'm
of
looking
research.
forward to seeing
Yeah,
that for
It's
sure.
a lot of research.
I'm definitely looking
I
forward
will
to
say
seeing that
that
one.
You have
all
to
the,
dedicate yourself. To
all
something
the
like
research
that.
has been done in men's restrooms. I did try. I tried, but they weren't about it. So
Makes
Okay.
sense.
it's restrooms for men,
Excellent.
men rooms.
Crider?
I don't really want to think about women. dropping
Restrooms for
a
men
log,
sounds like
so-
a really bad cologne.
They do
I don't
it.
wanna buy.
They do it.
Crider, take it away.
Well, we just had 2 shows yesterday, so I'm extremely hungover, but that was a good time. We all had a blast.
At least you're honest about it.
Well, yeah. It was St. Patty's Day. And I played those too.
Mm.
On all social medias, BSB Drummer. Check out the Barstool Brothers. We like to drink. We like to party. We like to play music. It's a good time.
That's the if I'm not mistaken,
The slogan.
it's somewhere in the national anthem.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
It's part of the one that part that get taken out.
Yeah.
Stars! Go.
Anyway, shameless plugs for you go to Mike,
Mike.
first. Yeah,
We'll end with us.
that's fine.
Oh,
Or you?
Yeah,
Oh,
nothing.
come on, sauce, man.
Action
sauce.
is still under
Investigation.
bottling and labeling process. Working on getting everything lined up for that. Hopefully it'll be sellable soon, rather than me just giving my friends free trials of like 32 ounces of
Yeah, it's gonna be.
That's not a trial,
this is
man.
gonna.
That's a.
This is
Yeah,
gonna go on
yeah.
everything.
It's
that
not
I
even a
eat.
lifetime supply, though, because it's lasted me, like a few days. And I'm already halfway done.
Do you know what the nutritional value of Action Sauce is yet?
good.
Enjoyment.
Delicious.
Do you want to be happy or do you want to be unhappy?
It basically comes down to that.
I want abs.
What are we looking at price wise?
It's gonna depend on how many ounces per bottle. I'm looking at getting a good amount of bottles to buy and
Fair.
do all that stuff.
Yep.
But
Don't mess up my action
I'm
sauce,
trying
Ryder.
not to make it too expensive. Just get it
Excellent.
out there.
Gage?
Yeah, if you want to follow me on Twitter, I don't tweet much, but when I do, it's not good. That's going to be a fit of grades.
What a definitive way
So,
to sell yourself.
I got to lay it out there, Ben. I got to be
It
honest.
was
with
accurate,
people.
and
It is accurate.
Yeah.
Yep.
A fit of grades. You can also, I think if you type in Theodore Evelyn Mosby, you can also find me that way. That's my name right now because
There you
I
go.
embody so much of Ted Mosby. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's going to be Officer Not Very Friendly. And also follow our Instagram page, which I once again have failed to update or post pictures of. But that's going to be the Round 2 podcast, number 2, all one word, Round 2 podcast. Come follow us on there, guys. Ben, take it away.
Follow me on Twitter at Ben Anderson 2017. My blog that I still haven't posted anything on is banderson2017.wordpress.com. My photography Instagram is Ben Anderson Photo 2017, and the Round 2 podcast Twitter is round2_podcast because ISIS is still to blame for stealing. Actually, if I'm being completely honest, I did search who had the Round 2 podcast name, and it is a former podcast titled the Round 2 podcast, but they haven't tweeted anything since like 2015.
And guess what? That podcast is run by none other
Then ISIS.
than Timothy McVeigh. No, Ben. It's
No.
domestic terrorism this time.
Oh, okay.
Oh, good. Or
That's a good way to end this one.
I don't know.
Good-er.
Swell. So, other than that, I think that's going to wrap us up for season 1. Thank you to Kreider and Mike Hall and Coach for coming in, being our rotating
Has my
taps.
real name been said at any point?
I called
during-
you Austin
yeah.
at the beginning.
Did
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
Oh,
Austin
all right.
Hutchinson.
Okay. Just
Coach Austin Hutchinson or just Coach. We appreciate you all being on the show with us today. Kreider, it looks like your hands are still green from
They
the
are
green
still
beer.
green from yesterday.
Excellent.
It's a whole thing.
Excellent.
It's a constant reminder.
Great.
I looked myself in the mirror this morning, just eye contact
Pride.
of just disappointment at the
That's,
hangover that I'm feeling right now. And it's not even from the amount. It was just the elongated period of drinking, just the
That's fair.
dehydration.
oh, that's the best.
And, it's so great. By the way, does anybody want a shot? I would love a shot.
well, we'll do one after we're done recording.
Okay.
Also,
tell me
guys,
if you-
I don't know if I've told you or not, but I don't drink.
Yeah, he's a
I
cop.
don't know if
So if you have a PlayStation 4, feel free to add any of us who play.
Oh, yes,
Oh, yeah,
absolutely.
we're playing
Time.
Fortnite tonight, guys.
Dude.
Sunday nights. It's Fortnite night. It's Fortnite for the boys.
I
Fortnite's
am-
for the boys.
Can
I
I
am
plug
BSP drummer on there as well.
Can I plug my
oh, yeah.
Fortnite drinking game that I think
Bring it
I
on.
do I don't know if I
Do it.
invented it, but I saw. So basically, what we do, we'll get on with your squad. You know, everyone's at their own home, which kind of makes it's kind of bummer because you want to hang out, but you also need your own thing. So basically, what we do is you got to have
We
a
beat that
6
system
pack.
last week.
A 6-pack, you might need more. And so every time you get some sort of shield
drink.
potion, large shield, chug jug, you drink for the amount of time that the thing is going around.
Okay.
I go through a beer a game. It is dangerous, but I'm
I like it.
promoting it here today. It's
Well,
fun.
it's only dangerous if you're not good at the game. Because
Well, no,
you'll
it's
drink
the-
one and then you'll
Well,
die.
no, but
Yeah,
then you
yeah.
drink
one and
true.
then you'll die.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then
So
you
what-
die.
We were doing it to where every time anyone in the squad got a thing, everyone drank. But I think it's safer to just do
Fair.
when you
The
get
good
one.
thing is you are home.
Yes.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
not driving.
So if you're going to play this game, make sure you have plenty of beer at your house because apparently after the second or third game, you're going to be wasted.
Basically.
It's great. I'm
sounds like
excited
a
to play
lot.
that.
And I'm telling you, it improves your abilities by 1,000%.
1,000%. That's a bold claim.
We played it twice. The first game that we played, won it both times. Steadily declines after that.
Fair. Fair.
But
First
it
two
is,
games are good. Okay.
it is a fun game.
Excellent, excellent. I'm glad to hear that. Thank you for bringing that on. If you want to add me on PlayStation, it is capital S Stinsons, like Barney Stinson, but with an S without the apostrophe, and then capital W Wingman, because I'm Stinson's wingman. Great.
And speaking of Rage, my tag on PS4 is going to be Rage Against the Machine, all one word.
I thought it was just Rage Against the M.
It's Rage Against the M. We ran out of character space, but that's
There,
okay.
it's the full thing is Rage Against the Machine. When we play Fortnite, it cuts it off because Fortnite won't let the entire thing.
Oh,
It does
okay.
it on the PS4 profile.
Okay,
That's
we'll have to look. But just start typing Rage Against the Machine, and if it stops at M, then just hit enter and you'll find
that's
it.
That's me.
Michael,
Then I'm action_Mike_93.
excellent. And you play on Xbox, then it's your Xbox fans.
Xbox, the Hutch abides. THA, not E.
Okay, excellent.
The
And I just
Hata
realized
It's like an
we
Asian
still
thing.
haven't figured out a way for me to say my Instagram
Nope.
handle. And
Nope. We actually we'll get a picture today of everybody that was involved, and we'll tag everybody in it on Instagram. So
Boom.
It starts with muddy, and
Ends
then it
with
goes with something else.
I said it,
Almighty
man.
Gage.
Might as well.
We've said so much on this
It's a muddy.
podcast already.
It's a
Find me
shot. It is a shot.
It is a person, it is a being, and it is life.
Okay,
Also,
well,
it's never happened to me, but also
Let's not. We don't
Let's
have to go
not.
further. Let's go further into it.
let's
Just
yeah,
play on words.
yeah,
I'll
it's a
Google
play
it.
on words.
You know
So.
what it is?
No, dude.
So this is how we're gonna end the podcast. Because Austin's no idea what a
And,
podcast is.
and here we go. This is the end. We'll see y'all next season. We're gonna take 2 weeks off. We'll be back with season 2, episode 1, and we don't know what's gonna happen with that, but Lord willing, it's better than this one.
so
So
you're sitting on a toilet.
Yes.